Internal accessibility of your laptop can be an intimidating project. These videos are here to reduce your anxiety when upgrading or replacing your memory, storage, and Wi-Fi card. Our laptop today is the Electronics RP17. Now this chassis features the 4800H and the RTX 2060. However, this will also serve as a guide for the RP17 with the RTX 3060 and the very similar Mech 17 from 2018 and 19 with an Intel CPU. Using my trusty microfiber cloth to prevent scratches on the lid, let's begin to remove the 12 Phillips head screws that hold the bottom panel in place. All 12 screws are the same length. Links in the description for my Amazon storefront, 4 microfiber cloths, and the iFixit Protect toolkit I use for jobs just like this. There's 2 plastic covers, one on each end of the laptop, that hide the hinge. These should be removed before removing the bottom panel. Both covers come off easily with a plastic pry tool. The bottom panel is plastic and is held up well for the last 6 months with several removals, mainly due to testing a beta BIOS, so resetting the CMOS was a common thing for a while. The bottom edge at the front of the chassis is a good place to start. I'll use my nails to gently pull on the panel and slowly work my way through the front and around the sides. After this, it lifts off without too much hassle. Next, unplug your battery. Accessibility here is also easy. No pry tools required. Just don't solely pull on the cables, that's bad practice. The memory is located under its own plastic covers. Removing the memory is easy. Just push the 2 metal retaining clips away from the memory that hold it in place. Note the notch location on the memory and the socket. These must line up when reinstalling your new memory. Slide them completely into the socket and press down for that satisfying click. There's 2 M.2 slots for storage. The stock configuration will have one of these occupied. I'm running an additional drive since I often edit on this device, and I installed an additional 1 terabyte of storage. Removing these drives are easy. One screw and slide them out and away from their socket. Electronics laptops will have their empty drive bays come pre-installed with the necessary screw and hardware to install additional storage. Now onto the Wi-Fi card. The antennas are typically covered with either black tape, Kapton tape, a metal clip held on with the screw, or a plastic slide cover. This is here so the antenna doesn't pop off during travel. To remove the antenna, I like to hold the wires in place, then use a plastic pry tool to leverage the antenna off the Wi-Fi card. Remove the mounting screw and the card will lift up, and then slide it out away from its socket. Where the antenna mounts to the Wi-Fi card, the antenna itself is a little on the delicate side. The metal is thin on the clips as well as where the antenna attached to the Wi-Fi card. To reinstall the Wi-Fi card, note its orientation. It'll only install one way. Slide the card in at the same angle it was removed, hold it down, and secure it with its screw. When reinstalling the antennas, I recommend you use something with a flat plastic edge and press down with even pressure to ensure a proper connection. It'll make a slight pop or click sound, and that usually means success. This does not take a great deal of force, but you will see some flex here, so don't panic. Once you've reinstalled the antennas to the Wi-Fi card, reinstall the tape. Next, let's plug in the battery. Now, if your laptop is dusty, taking some compressed air to it is fine. However, be sure to place your finger or thumb on the fan to prevent it from spinning. These fans are typically rated for around 5,000 RPM, and compressed air will take these fans well beyond this, and you'll burn out your bearing. When reinstalling the bottom panel, set it into place and begin to gently squeeze the edges as they pop and click. The section near the rear where the exhaust and hinge meet, you'll often find this area a bit stubborn, and you'll need to make sure you press this into place with your finger. Reinstall the plastic covers on each end of the laptop, then reinstall all 12 screws. Verify your work by powering on the laptop. The RP17 did not require its power supply to power on, and boot time was as if I never did a thing. Hope this guide serves you well. If you want to see my review of this laptop, have at it. It's held up well over 6 months later. Once I do a follow-up video review of this, it'll be located here as well. Thanks for watching.